Oh my word.
At the wheel, besides the pole-sitting car, the 19, so this is the only other Yokohama runner in the top class.
They're going to try and maneuver the car into the pit lane. The cars will come off the final corner. Yuji Kunamoto leading the pack around with Nobuo Matsushita. There's a bit of a gap to fill as they come off the final turn, but now they're going to do so, and the lights go out. We're racing for the first time since 2013 in Sepang. The Super GT Malaysia Festival 2025 is on, and it's a great start from Riki Okuzu. He's going to get level with Nobuo Matsushita up to the inside. That's a big lunge from Ukya Sasahara to try and get into third position. He doesn't make it. Here comes Bertrand Baguette in the impul. He goes out wide. That's going to give him lots to do in turn two. He's going to try and fend off from the Nissan, and around goes Shotsubai! Shotsubai in the Tom's Toyota spins in turn two. Big drama for the reigning champions as the GT300 gets underway. No worries at all for the Mercedes from Up Garage up front, although they're going to have an issue with the Satamoto Opet Supra round the outside into the hairpin. But big drama from the Tom's Toyota in GT500 facing the wrong way.
Yeah, Yuki Sakaguchi in the Sard Toyota. That was the car that had the engine problem yesterday, but was a little bit too keen by the looks of it. I'd like to see a replay of that, but it did look like Sakaguchi tipping Tsuboi into a spin, so we wait to see if there's any news of a penalty coming the way of the 39 car. We'd normally expect to see a penalty in those cases, but at the moment it's the two cars that started on pole leading their respective classes. The number 3 Nissan's had a bit of a bad start. They're losing 2 positions. In 300 it's Nomura as Nonaka comes under pressure from Motojima in the number 0 car. Nomura coming under pressure now from Saitama Nonaka, and he's gone through Nonaka in the number 52. Saitama Toypet car having a go there, but I think Nomura is going to have another crack here down the straight. I would expect the Mercedes to have the edge here in terms of raw power over the Toyota Supra. He might be able to get that position back, but Nonaka doing everything in his power in that GTA GT300 machine, the Saitama Toypet car, and he's going to have the line here. I think Nonaka is going to move into the lead of the GT300 class at the end of lap 2.
And that's a big battle going on in GT300 because it's been European machinery all the way in the first 2 races of the season. We've had a victory for Mercedes, we've had a victory for Ferrari.
To the back of the field, well, it's simply because Adrian De Silva is a bronze-rated gentleman driver. Kerong Lee also lacking in experience somewhat, but he's not. He doesn't have the same, let's say, gentleman status as Adrian De Silva. He's a little bit younger. He's looking for a move here, flashing his headlights in that Vantage. But we will see Dorian Bockel actually getting at the wheel of that Porsche later on. So even though it's not been the easiest sort of first few laps for that car, we should expect to see it back in the fight.
Good work from Ukya Sasahara. That is Sasahara through. Yes, he's got ahead of Akuza.
He backs out of it, and that just allows Sasahara the chance. I'm a bit surprised about Okusa there. I think he really left the door quite wide open there for Ukya Sasahara.
He's got an opportunity, but he's not quite close enough to dive in. Yes, he is! On the inside! And he uses the Nissan to good effect. Matsushita, what an opportunistic overtake. It's not over yet, because Kunamoto could come around the far side, but what an opportunist Nobu Matsushita proves to be. I said to you right there, Yuji, don't give him an inch. He'll take a mile. And so now we've already had one go through side by side. Koide round the far side, child's play, because on the curbs, Riki Okusa has no grip to play with. So good work there from Shin Koide as he moves up into P5. Alexis is really going to start to kick a pace, and she can start to get away. She needs to stay close to Mikuchi in the Subaru. Here comes the move. Tsuganami on the inside of Koyama. No, you don't, says Miki Koyama. Holds the pace round the outside. I'm a Formula Regional Japan champion. Have you got any idea who I am? I'm not going to push over. I'm not going to leave this one on the table.
Second, exactly how long every car spent in the pits. As we see.
It's Kanemaru trying to get round the outside of Fuji and then switch back to the inside line in the bid to come through. They're going to be side by side. This is a drag race now to turn 1, and Fuji's got to leave his braking as late as possible because the straight line speed that the Aston Martin had at Fuji doesn't have the same legs. Here at Sepang, you've got to brake late, you've got to hang on. Good job, Tomu, but don't open the door on the inside of the hairpin. They're going to shut that radius up to the inside of turn 2. They're going to have to be very careful on acceleration because Yu Kanemaru can just drop the hammer and drive right round the outside of the Aston. There's going to be grip, and he'll get it done. But Fuji is not bailing out. They're going to stay side by side. They've been level pegging since the finish line, and they're still at it. Kanemaru trying to drive right round the outside. He'll have the inside line for the next corner. Surely that's going to be it for the D-Station Vantage. Job done for you, Kanemaru. Take a bow, sir. So Koyama's now got a run on the Subaru. Go on, Miki, late break. The car's going to give you everything you need. Brilliantly done for Miki Koyama. She can turn the Lexus in nicely, and Miki Koyama has put one over on the Subaru of Takuto Iguchi. What a drive she's having so far. So this is how it almost went wrong for Miki Koyama. Look at that, and there was contact.
Oh, contact.
There was a little bit of contact between them. Wow. That was leave no stone unturned, wasn't it? Tadasuke Makino showing a clean pair of heels there to Toshiki Oyu. I will not be defeated. The former Super GT champion up the inside. He's going to launch in. There's not a lot of room to play with. The backhand kicks out as Giuliano Alesi slams the door back in his face. Honda are trying to prevent history. They're trying to take a win away from Toyota to keep the record matched at the very least, but to put Honda back into the vanguard of this title fight. And up the inside, that is a move again from Oyu to try and get through on Tadasuke Makino, or is that the replay of what happened the first time?
This is what happened earlier, and the number 100 car has been handed a 10-second penalty for this move.
Oh my word.
I think that's it's harsh. The penalties are really flowing like the proverbial wine here in this particular race.
Makino can argue, look, he made the mistake. He got it wrong out of the turn. I'm just taking my racing line. That's what he's going to argue.
Yeah, that's going to ruin any chances of the number 100 car scoring good points. It's just looking so good here.
He's going for it. Oh my word, that's going to put OU wide. Yamashita's going to have a run on him. He's getting decent grunt off the turn, but again, on the straight and narrow, the double fuel flow restrictor is going to cost them. Now, they're currently in 8th place. While we're talking about a team leading the championship, let's give a shout out as well to the K2 R&D Leon Mercedes in GT300, because Noya Gamu is currently in 8th position. And now, well, don't forget about me, says the man in the other AMG Mercedes. Look at Shunji Okamoto.
Wow.
He is like a man possessed. He's going to get his run on Kagure into the next right-hander. Here he goes. The Lamborghini's going to try and drift it wide and hold the line. Oh, this could be a nail-biter to the line.
Tries to tee himself up for the long run to turn one, I think, instead.
He's going to do it!
But has Toyota dropped the ball here by letting Shunji Okamoto go, because he's doing a brilliant job here.
He has got a great run to turn one as well. What have you got, Takashi Kagure, to hold this man from the podium? He really is swarming to the left side of the Lamborghini. He has to go, because that's where Kagure is going to put him. But will there be traction enough to hold the car around the outside? Ready for turn two. He's driving right round on rails. He'll have the inside line. He's got to back out of it, but he could still carry the speed out through turn three and up towards four. Kagure on the grass. That's not going to help the Lamborghini's top end speed by the time they get to the top of the crest. Here comes Okamoto.
Look at this, Makino has got ahead of Tsukoshi. Now he's getting ahead of his good friend, Sana Sakaguchi, for P4.
Beautiful from Makino. It's going to be a bitter disappointment when he gets out the car and knows he's got a 10-second time penalty, but that isn't stopping him going wheel to wheel with Sakaguchi. The Honda horsepower kicks in. Can he drive right round the outside into turn one? Makino on the right of your picture. He's done it. Sakaguchi throws his towel in. Look, it's futile. Just go for it.
5 laps to go still, but it's still all to play for.
It is such a stalemate between Kagure and Okamoto, who again tries to drive right around the outside. Could this be the moment? This is it! And he's there! Okamoto storms in round the outside of turn one, and the rookie storms his way into 3rd position. And look, I'm taking on Kazuki Hiramine like a beast! He's going to do it late into the hairpin. He surely has the line off the turn. He has to back out of it. Oh, Tadu is absolutely on it. But this man has just been extraordinary in this race. Giuliano Alesi taking over from the brilliant Ukyo Sasahara, who kept this car very much in the fight in the top 3 in the first stint. He did the work. He kept the metronomic pace before the pit stop. He took this car into a race-winning position. They gave it to Giuliano Alesi with only fresh tyres on the front, and he's made it look like child's play. Jean Alesi, your boy is a hero. What an amazing way to do it. Giuliano Alesi and the Tom's Toyota 37 takes the victory for the most dominant streak in Super GT history by one car brand ever. 7 wins in a row for Toyota. 7 on the bounce. And as we head to the next race, I mean, dare we say it could be 8?